He's a very, very funny comic. I'm going to bring him to the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Roche.
Hey guys. Thanks for having me. I'm from Birmingham. I used to live in the city. Used to live by a lot of homeless people. And at first, it's like, ew. But then I realized I can learn a lot from the homeless. The homeless taught me a lot. One thing they taught me is you don't have to be a bird to shit on a statue. I didn't know that. I thought you needed wings, but no, if you want to take a shit on a statue, you go right ahead. You're not going to get the color or the height, but it's the same action. I used to work in an office building, just one of those big glass buildings downtown, like nondescript. When I was a kid, I always wondered what happened in those. I always thought maybe they were filled with Scrooge McDuck type vaults, and everyone's just diving into Susan B. Anthony dollars. It's like when I go into a McDonald's, I know what's going on because it says McDonald's. But then I see this glass building, I'm like, what is that? And I get in there, and no vaults to dive into, just emails and phone calls. And then phone calls about emails. You get that? The guy calls me up like, hey, did you get my email? Like, did you hit send? The internet didn't shut down 3 seconds after you clicked your mouse. I don't like you, so I'm not going to respond. I hated working in an office. It's terrible. There's weird smells. People will walking down the halls, I go to someone and says, is that popcorn? Can I have some? Is this fresh popcorn? Did you just pop this right out of the microwave? It's so, I'm supposed to be smelling office smells, ink and paper clips. I love the smell of paper clips. The most depressing, people would eat lunch at their desk. Ugh. Are you kidding me? That's the most depressing activity. Eating lunch at your desk is sadder than children testing mines for safety. That is the most depressing thing that I've ever seen. They give you an hour. You get a whole hour. Go out of the building so you can dream of not going back in. You just gotta find some, I like to go down to the park and watch the wasps fuck. and eat Cheez-Its till I almost puke. Are you guys like me? Is the amount of times you've puked from too much alcohol equal to the amount of times you've eaten too many Cheez-Its? I recommend it. Look, if you go outside for lunch, great, good for you. But don't bring your shitty leftovers back into the office. This is gonna be lunch and dinner. No, leave that shit in your car, bring a cooler. Because like I said, if I'm not smelling paper clips and ink and, toner, and you bring your shitty Indian leftovers wafting down the halls, I'm not anticipating those smells. So I WebMD weird smells, now I have brain cancer. And no work's getting done when you're battling brain cancer. You're basically stealing from the company. I got a new job. I had to go for a job interview, and they asked really hard questions Do you like challenges? I know I'm supposed to say yes to this. They asked me, so Jason, what do you think you'll be making? I'm like, I was sort of hoping I would ask you that. After this is done, I felt terrible about my interview. It's like, they're not gonna call me. And then I walk out to my car, and I look in my rearview mirror, I have a booger hanging out of my nose. The whole interview, I'm like interviewing with a booger. What do I gotta write a thank you note, you know, like for their time? But should I address that? Like I won't bring the booger if I'm offered this job. I don't have to come with the booger. I can leave it at home in a tissue. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the economy is bad. The economy is so bad, I saw a Pizza Hut that was closed down. Are you kidding me? How does that even happen? Because Pizza Hut is the best franchise ever, right? You pointed at me. It's a hut that sells pizza. It wasn't even hard to get that. Like that's how Pizza Hut started. Was just one guy that was like walked into a bank. Was like, I need a loan. The banker was like, all right, slow your horses. Tell me about why you need a loan. And the guy was like, I'm gonna build a hut. And then out of that hut, I will sell pizza. And the banker like opened his bottom drawer and pulled out a bag with a dollar bill sign on it. And he held it across his desk. The guy reached out for it, but before the banker let go, he looked at him and he was like, a Pizza Hut? This will never fail. But I saw one that did. It's got to be the worst franchisee ever, though. I don't blame Pizza Hut, really, because people will buy pizza anyways. Like, even if the whole pie isn't there. Like, they sell pizza by the slice. It's like the dime bag of pizza. Just need a fix real quick. Come at me, Saboro. Or like, we've all been at a pizza party, and you see the one guy like scanning the room. And he points at someone's plate. He's like, "Are you gonna eat your crust?" Oh, what? My crust? You want to suck the marrow out of my wing bones too? You weirdo hog person? Look at me, I'm feeding the crust to the dog. Because that's who deserves crust. Animals. You cannot have my crust. Because I care about human dignity. Listen, crowd. If I've learned anything in this life, it's nothing. I don't know anything. I think I know when to change the sheets. That's about all like, you know it's time to change the sheets when you find toenail clippings in your armpit hair. Oh, yeah, it's time. Or I get a rash on my back. It's like my own like check engine light. I gotta change out this t-shirt, or better yet, the sheets that I use every day. You have to go to the dentist. I didn't know that. I didn't go to the dentist for 8 years. I know that you're like, Jason, that's as long as it takes to get through college. Yeah, I know. It took me 8 years to get through college because if I had a test and I thought I was going to fail that test, I wasn't going to show up for that test. If I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail on my time, at home, drinking whiskey, watching Castaway over and over. I'm not going to stare at a chalkboard and dream. But if I if I could cheat, then I would cheat on the test. And that's pretty much how I got through college. But here's the thing about the dentist. You can't cheat at the dentist because they're inside of you. And they asked me like, Jason, do you brush twice a day? Do you floss? I'm like, no, I don't do either of those things. But you tell them yes, they're like, yes. I'm like, no, looking at your teeth, no. I memorized the answers and everything. She said, you don't brush twice a day? I said, no, I brush my teeth in the morning when they need it. I brush my teeth at night. She said, just fit it into your nightly routine. And I don't have a nightly routine really. I don't get ready for bed as much as I pass out eating cookies. And I don't mean like, oh, I just ate a bunch of cookies, let me go on to bed now. I mean, I wake up and I finish the Oreo that I started eating 8 hours ago. Just slurp it down like a filthy blizzard. Saliva's done all the work for me here. Let's finish this. Brush my teeth. The hygienist just said, you don't floss either? Or no, she goes, they ask you all kinds of weird questions. She's looking at my mouth and she says, so Jason, are we flossing? I said, yeah, we are. But I got news for you, Mrs. Hygienist. You're carrying the team on this one. Because that's not part of my life. The last time I flossed, you did it 8 years ago. It's not too bad. I got like the Haley's Comet of flossing. I don't even know what that means. Trying to work now. I had to go for 2 visits. It took 2 visits to the dentist to clean my teeth. Because she said, she was explaining to me, she said, Jason, your teeth are covered in what we refer to as calculus. And I started getting lightheaded, because, right, I took 4 years of pre-algebra. I don't do calculus. She said, relax. It's basically, calculus is hard as cement, and so we're going to wash that off. I said, whoa, don't touch any of your utensils. What? You're telling me that I'm halfway to cement mouth? And you're about to ruin that for me? No, I'm out of here. I'm telling my friend, I'm like, friend, can you believe that they were about to take away my cement mouth? Like, do you know what I could do with cement mouth? I could open bottles with my mouth, not lose fights. A whole lot of things I could do with cement mouth. And my friend goes, you know enamel's harder than cement. I said, no, I don't know that, asshole. I'm sitting here telling you about cement mouth. I'm sitting here telling you that this is the closest I've ever felt to an X-Man. And you're about to ruin my dreams with science? I cement mouthed his face off. How you like that?